Here are my top 5 episodes of Gravity Falls, and if you disagree, you're wrong.
This is part 2, so go look at my channel for part 1.
Obvious spoilers for all of Gravity Falls going to happen here, so if you've not seen Gravity Falls, don't watch this. And that he just realizes that the Pines family, despite not being, blood in the Pines family, he has become part of their family, and he is his real earned family. I just think a really great lesson there, and I think Seuss's backstory in this entire episode makes it just a really fantastic and emotional episode. I think up to this point in the show, probably the most emotional episode so far, along with the previous episode, Society of the Blind Eye. It's an amazing back-to-back episode where we get 2 fantastic backstories to McGugg's backstory in episode 7, season 2, episode 7, Society of the Blind Eye, and then episode 8, Blendon's Game, having Seuss's backstory. I think it's a fantastic back-to-back episode, and the beginning, those 2 episodes back-to-back are the really beginning of the show getting really emotional, which I really loved. And yeah, I think this is the most underrated episode of the show, and I have it at number 4. Number 3, we have the finale episode of the series, Season 2, Episode 20, Weirdmageddon 3, Take Back the Falls. Now, when new releases of the show, most prevalently on Disney+, where a lot of people have watched this now, this is actually split into 2 episodes, Weirdmageddon 3, Take Back the Falls, and Weirdmageddon 4, Somewhere in the Woods. But as I watched this was when it originally came out, as it was coming out, and when this came out, it was just one final episode of the series called Weirdmageddon 3, Take Back the Falls. It was 1 hour-long finale episode. So I'm counting it as one episode because that's what it originally was, and I think that's what it was originally intended to be. And this is a fantastic episode. So you know what I criticized the first Weirdmageddon for not letting a Chekhov's gun happen? This is Chekhov's firing squad. Literally, things from every single other episode in the series come back in a satisfying way in this finale, and it is done so perfectly well, and I just love it. I think it's a fantastic episode, and I think it's everything you want a finale to be. If you're ending a show on a planned finale, you have to do it well so people are not disappointed. A finale episode can make or break a show, and this episode truly makes the series all worth it to watch. Everything in this episode makes it all worth it. The epic fight scene with the theme song playing in the background is so amazing. You know, things from every episode coming back and all being satisfactory, having a satisfactory conclusion to them. Every single character in the entire show having a satisfactory ending to their character, and it just being such an emotional episode throughout is amazing. Stan, by far the best character in this episode. I love Stan. And his sacrifice, the scene of his sacrifice and the death of Bill Cipher is the premiere moment in this episode and possibly the entire series. It is fantastically done. My one criticism of this episode, so only one criticism of this episode, and that is that I do actually wish that Stan did actually lose his memories. I feel like it kind of shortened his entire sacrifice, that it's just like, oh, okay, he sacrificed his mind for 20 minutes, and then he goes right back. I feel like it kind of ruined his sacrifice. Because him doing his mind sacrifice and his line of, because I was good for something after all, is such an emotional moment. I feel like it would have hit even harder if he actually did lose his memories. And I know that's tough and, sad, but I feel like it would have been better that way. So overall, I would say, but I think the highs of this episode are so incredibly high, with literally every character having an emotional and amazing finale, and it's just a great finale, one of the greatest TV show finales, so I still give this the number 3 spot. Number 2, we got Season 2, Episode 12, A Tale of Two Stans. This episode makes watching the entire show before it worth it. This episode is so good with the backstory, it makes rewatching the entire show worth it, because you pick up on so many other things when rewatching the show after watching this episode and knowing the backstory of the tragedy of the two Stans. It is just so fantastically done, their backstory throughout the entire thing. Stan getting kicked out of the house is one of the most, emotional scenes, and it makes everything make sense, and everything in the previous episode of the show becomes so much more emotional, even to the fact of Stan being obsessed with money after he kicks out of the house and his dad says, "Don't come back until you've made us a fortune."